there, brilliant people. So today I have another installment for you in our Myths and Intuition series. And today I'm going to talk about the oldest story, which is called the Cosmic Hunt. Which is something I have to be careful how I say it. But anyway, yes, the Cosmic Hunt is one of the oldest stories on the planet. And like all other stories, it has this mythic and symbolic value which can teach us something about our intuition. So let's get into it. So first of all, what is the story of the Cosmic Hunt? So this is the story of the hunter going out and, well, basically hunting something. So in some cultures, it's about an animal, usually some kind of horned, like cow or a deer, or some kind of horned animal. Anyway, so the hunter goes out and is chasing down the animal, the cow or whatever, or the deer, and obviously has various adventures. And in some stories they catch the animal, in some stories they don't. But it's about that cycle of death and rebirth. And this is one of the oldest stories, actually, because it seems to have been carried, like as early man was sort of dispersing across the planet. This seems to be one of the stories that was carried with early peoples. And part of the evidence for that is that if you know the constellation Orion, it's fascinating. Like across different cultures, Orion is generally interpreted to be the hunter. And then the Pleiades is generally interpreted to be whatever it is that he's hunting. Now, before you start talking to me about, but aren't the Pleiades the seven sisters? Well, yes, because yes, in some of the stories, instead of him hunting down a deer or a cow, he's now hunting down women. But it, for our purposes and what it tells us about intuition, it doesn't really change that much. But yeah, so it's interesting that we have this sort of remarkable consistency, particularly around these two constellations, more than a lot of other constellations, which that have very different stories across cultures. Orion and the Pleiades, and also the dogs that are with Orion, which are your Sirius and the Canis Major and Minor. They're his dogs, and the bear, Ursa Major, Minor, and all the Pleiades. But basically, the Pleiades, that's what is being hunted. Orion is doing the hunting, and we see the progress of the hunt just taking place night after night across the sky. So that is one of the oldest stories, and if you're interested in that, there's many retellings of those stories which you can go and look up. But if you want the older versions of these stories, just go and do a search on the Cosmic Hunt. Right, so, but what can that tell us about our intuition? So there's the hunter that is chasing down, whatever it is he's hunting. Now, whether, we're looking at it from the point of view of, man and beast or man and woman, we can look at this from the viewpoint of like conscious and subconscious. And how, one seems to be preying upon the other. It's like the conscious mind, as the hunter, is endeavoring to put its, will upon the hunted. So obviously this is a big source of conflict, and it can often have life and death involved, which, if we look at it from a dream or a symbolic point of view, death is actually a symbol of transformation. So what is this telling us? It's telling us that actually most of these stories, the transformation occurs really when the prey, whatever is being hunted, actually submits to the hunt. Now, I'm not saying, we should submit. I'm saying that is a moment of resolution. Like, in other words, when the will of the conscious mind and the will of the subconscious mind come into alignment, that is when we get transformation. So this is what it tells us with our intuition, is because so much of our intuition does work through focus and intention, what the myth of the cosmic hunt is telling us is that we need to remember that as much as we are consciously aware of the conscious intention of our conscious mind, we have other intentions, which is the intentions that we're holding in our subconscious mind. And so sometimes if we're not getting resolution, if we're not getting the result we want, if we're not getting the transformation we want, it's actually because there's a disconnect or a conflict between our conscious and subconscious minds. And we need to find a way to bring them together. And obviously, if they seem to be wanting very different things, that can be, that can take quite a bit of effort. Usually takes the hunter quite a bit to chase down the hunted. Anyway, so that's the story of the cosmic hunt and its relationship to intuition, and how it can help you understand using your intuition to create transformation in your life. So, and of course, hopefully every transformation enables you to realize more of your brilliance. So hopefully, that will inspire you to do that. And until next time, remember that you're brilliant.